Hi guys, I want to talk to you about hacking entire macronutrients out of your diet. A macronutrient is your fat, your protein, your carbs. And you might have a family member or a friend who's recently decided, I'm never eating carbs again. And maybe they're just living on protein and vegetables. It's really not a way to live. And I don't really see that it's sustainable long term. But let's talk about that a little bit. Generally, and I say generally, most of the people that I know that have hacked an entire macronutrient group out of their diets were not participating in a healthy lifestyle program before they decided to do that. Now, it is entirely possible that you could have been exercising, you could have been watching your food, eating well, blah, 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 whatever, and just that shift in your eating habits is what helps to shift you a little bit closer to your goals. That is possible. But I'm talking about the large percentage of the population that might have jumped on a bandwagon of hacking out their carbs are people that were eating probably too much before and probably eating a lot of processed garbage. And so when they went and they hacked out an entire macronutrient, it actually launched them into a place where they were watching their intake. They were watching what kind of foods they were eating, and that contributed more to their results than hacking the macronutrient did. So in conclusion to that statement, I think really we need to be looking at how do you find balance and not hack an entire macronutrient and still be able to live that long term. Because if you don't have to hack a macronutrient in order to see results, why would you want to? Because really, how do you live the rest of your life if you can't really eat like the rest of the people around you eat? And I know people go through phases, maybe bodybuilding competitors where they're carrying around, Tupperware containers and things like that. But let's be realistic, because that's what I'm all about, is being realistic. How do you sustain things for the rest of your life? And in being realistic, we go to birthday parties, we go to weddings, we go on vacation. We need to have eating habits and exercise habits that we can carry on throughout all of these events and that we can maintain and be healthy for the rest of our lives. If you can't go to a wedding and get a plate of food in front of you and figure out what you can eat off of that plate, or eat that whole plate if you want to, then you're lacking balance in your life. If you need to not eat carbs and you can't eat half the plate and then you starve for the rest of the night, how is that a way to live? And so we want to look at the sustainability of a program too. So you're about to approach a new program, new diet program, or whatever. I want you to first say to yourself, is this something I can do for the rest of my life? Because if the answer is no, then you need to question what happens when I want to eat a piece of birthday cake. Does that completely derail you? Does that throw you off an entirely different direction? And then we're so far off the wagon and so far off the trail that there's never finding our way back again? Because that's a really negative cycle to live in. Or what happens when you can no longer afford $300 a month for protein shakes and protein bars or whatever supplements are on that program that you're doing? Or what if you just don't want to? What if you just are tired of drinking just shakes and eating bars all day and you want to eat real food? There's no transition off of a lot of these programs. There's no teaching you, here's how to live a balanced, healthy lifestyle and maintain your results over the long term. Why not just start that from the beginning? Why not just find a program that's going to work for you for an extended period of time? A program that you're going to say, yeah, I can go to a birthday party and eat a piece of cake, and then tomorrow I'm just going to get right back on track, back on the program, and I'll be fine. Or, yeah, I don't have to eat certain food. I don't have to rely on these protein shakes and these protein bars because I can figure out what foods to eat no matter where I'm at. How empowering is that? And that launches you right out of any sort of negative eating cycle and negative eating habits, because you've just liberated yourself to be able to function in any circumstance, any situation, and stay on track with your goals. So the major thing you need to look at when you're looking at a new eating program is, can I sustain this for the rest of my life? And is this program going to get you hacking out parts of your diet that really aren't necessary to begin with? Evaluate that, because this is an investment in the rest of your life. Why do a program for 3 months, hit your goal, and then completely revert and start back over again? It sucks. A lot of people do it. And if you need help, as always, you know where to find me.